welcome back to my channel. Today I will be drawing AI stickers in my art style traditionally. So let's get started. So I started off with sketching the poses, which I actually did film, but I didn't include in the video because I thought it was actually unnecessary. So after sketching the poses, I lightly erased the first sketch and then sketched on top of it where I added facial expression and the clothes and hair and stuff like that. So for the character on the left, I tried to capture that look as if she was shy and looking at her friend. That's the facial expression that I wanted, but instead she looks like as if she's looking at the camera, but she still has that shy look, I guess. And for the pose, I wanted her to have that elegant pose, as if she's like holding her bag in that nice and cute way. Because when it comes to vintage, I like to make the characters look elegant, because for me, I feel like vintage is elegant and cute, like elegant and cute at the same time. Because I don't know, because vintage involves flowers, and flowers is like elegant and cute, so that's why I like vintage. And that's why whenever the character is wearing vintage clothes, I like her to have that, to be shy and look elegant at the same time. So for the character in the middle, I wanted her to be one of those optimistic people who are super optimistic and positive, which I tried to capture that look, but instead the pose looks like as if she just cried and she's wiping her tears. But well, it's not really that noticeable, so who cares. So for her outfit, I kind of changed it because on the AI sticker there is just a face on her sweater, which I didn't want to draw a face on a sweater, so instead I just changed it with a daisy, because black kind of looks cute with a daisy. But then in a bit I'm going to change the color of the sweater, and it's not going to be black. And for the jeans as well, they were kind of short, and I kind of made them longer because I like long jeans instead of those short jeans. So for the hair, I did change it as well because something happened which made me change the bangs. But I'm actually happy that something happened which made me change the bangs, because it looked cuter. So then I lightly erased the sketch. Well, not lightly, I kind of erased it. And then I chose the skin color, which is my base color, and then drew the skin. Honestly, I always start with the face because it's my favorite process. And so then I chose my blush color, which was kind of dark, but I did fix it. And then I tried to blend it, but before that I added a book, so then it won't bleed to the other piece of paper. Anyways, and so here I blended it in, and then I used a red pencil to shade in the face, and then used a red pen to draw the eyeliner. For the pupils, I used this brownish gray color, which, not gonna lie, I used for all of them, but I don't know, it looks cute. I also used the red pencil to draw eyebrows, which I don't know why I make eyebrows red, but it looks cute and normal, so we shouldn't complain. Anyways, now I started coloring in the dress. The dress, not gonna lie, it was actually the second most fun part, because the colors, it was the first time for me to use yellow in a drawing, because mostly it's just pink or purple or those colors, which I actually had a lot of fun coloring in the dress, because I also draw very short clothes, so this vintage dress is really fun to color in. So yeah, so I chose this kind of lemony color, I guess, and used a darker color to shade it in, and also as my line art, because for the clothes I don't really do line art, I just do shading. And then I kind of wanted For the second part of the dress, I kind of wanted this cream color, but instead I got a custard color. But that's okay. And so yeah, here I added some highlights, which I couldn't really wait for the end, so I just added them at the beginning. And here I'm coloring her hand the same way I colored in the face. I know I said that I didn't do line art, but what I meant was that I don't do line art at the beginning and like refine the shape. Like, what I meant was that I do line art at the end after I finish coloring, just to refine the details. So here's what I meant about what I wanted the cream color, but I got a custardy color, but it still looks cute. So I just shaded the second part of the dress, which is really straightforward, honestly. After shading the dress, I chose this olive color. Honestly, I have to admit that I really like this olive color. And so anyways, I chose a red color as well and a yellow color, a dark yellow, and then just drew a flower. Here I kind of regret adding that small flower in that random place. But since the AI sticker had it, I just put it, which I kind of regret. And I also drew another flower at the top of the dress, as well as that. And here I was just refining some details, adding some more highlights. And so here I was gonna draw the hair. So first, honestly, I'm not going to explain what I did here because I don't like how the hair looked like. Instead, I'm just gonna explain what I did on the second girl, because the hair just didn't turn out how I wanted it to look like. In my first video, I know how I said that I'm a digital artist, but I still like traditional art, and honestly I really love traditional art. But after I got my iPad and Procreate, I just stopped doing traditional art because like the idea of having all the colors you want, all the colors of the rainbow, just made me stop doing traditional art, which is kind of sad, honestly. But I'm still doing traditional art, so isn't that the most important thing? So here I had a lot of fun coloring in her purse because, like I said, I really like the olive green color. So coloring in the purse was super fun. So I just have this weird habit where I like to color the body parts at the end because they're kind of boring. So here I'm just coloring the boots, which is pretty straightforward, I guess. So here I lightly erased the sketch for the second character, but here I actually started off with a line art, which did cause the marker to smudge. So for my base color, I actually used the same base color that I used for the first character, so it's smudged here. So I tried to make the bangs of the character like those sideways bangs, which turned out pretty cute. So here I said that I would explain the process of my hair, of how I draw the hair. So first I add the lightest color as a base color, and then the color of the hair that I want will be the shading, and the highlights of the hair will be the base color. And so first I add the base color, and then I just shade it in with the darker color, and then after that I use the lighter color to just darken up the details. Then I would add some extra highlights with the white gel pen, which has to be my favorite part of the hair, honestly. For the clothes, I made both the hat and the sweater the same shade of green, I guess, because I thought that green would look better instead of black. So instead I just drew a green sweater, which turned out better, I guess, because it just looked better with the white jeans. So whenever I draw white clothes, I like to use a tealish color and a light blue color instead of using grays, because I think that it would look better and more as if it's white. So for the second character, I used a red pencil instead of a graphite pencil to sketch it out. And for her pose, I tried to make the legs the same as the sticker, but since she was holding, I don't know, like a flower maybe, I tried making her as if she looked like she has a flower in front of her eye, which turned out good, I guess. So for the hair, I used this peach color, which turned out cute, but it wasn't what I actually wanted, because I wanted her hair to be more of a brownish and blondish color at the same time. But this light peach color is also cute, not gonna lie. So for the sweater, for the character on the right, I used the same light yellow color for the character on the left, which turned out really successful, I guess, but it's not the same yellowish white shade, so it's kind of different from the sticker, but it's okay. And for the flowers, I used this nice blue color, which kind of blended with the yellow and made it look like as if it was green, but still looks good. I also used a coral color for the flowers as well, which turned out also very cute. And the hair is just the same process as the first character, nothing really different, but it does actually look different now looking at it. Anyways, I just like added some line art for the flowers and added a greenish color for the flowers, and we are done with the sweater. So for her hand, I accidentally used a dark color that's not the same color as your skin tone, but it's not really noticeable, so like doesn't really matter honestly. So we are almost done with the drawing. I'm just adding some details and coloring in the shoes, the shoes turned out super cute. So we are done with the drawing and I'll be showing the result in 3, 2, 1. So this is the final result. Thank you so much for reaching this segment of the video and watching till the end. It really means a lot to me. I had so much fun recording and making this video, and here are some photos of the finished result. Thank you so much for watching this video.